Hello, YouTubers. Today, I'm going to talk about what's what I'm looking for. I'm basically going to talk about people in a way. You know, we all do things that to us may not seem that bad, but at the same time, when you do it to someone else, it doesn't feel quite as good. And I've always figured, what would it feel like when the shoe's on the other foot? My great grandfather and my great grandmother used to say two things. One, the truth to things, or the truth behind the motive, really doesn't impress anyone, but the reason that you have it for and do it for is everything. And plus, the second one was when you, when basically you do something, or when you're going to tell somebody that you're going to do something. In other words, when you tell a secret to the wind, don't blame it when it tells the trees. It's and then a very close friend of the family once told me about a story about a man and a woman who were married for about 20 years. And then one afternoon, there was a knock on the door. And then the wife opened the door, and then, BAM! She just got punched right in the face and knocked out cold. And so did the husband. And then the wife woke up a couple minutes later, and then discovered there was a note, basically saying that if you ever want to see your husband and your kids again, you're gonna have to sell everything. I mean, the cars, the house, everything. So the wife sold everything, and also in the note it said that you have to put the briefcase here and there in this time period, otherwise you'll never see them again. So the wife did that, and she sold the house, she sold the car, she sold everything, moved into a small apartment. And she had waited for about 3 months. There was no luck. She didn't know what happened or she was ever going to see, so she was pretty much giving up hope. And of course, any parent who loses their kid for any length of time, it pretty much destroys your reason to live. It does. It's just heart wrenching. I mean, I don't have any kids or anything of the sort, but I can tell you that when you lose your kid, you lose your will to live. It's just bar none. Anyway, then one day, the wife got a knock on the door at her apartment, and she didn't know who it was, so she just kind of stumbled to the door, and then she saw it was the husband and the kids, and she fell to the ground crying. Then the kids gave the mom a hug. And the wife said, "What happened?" The husband said, "I saw on the computer that you were going to leave me, take my kids, and never let me see them again." And her face went pale white, because she was caught. She was going to do that. Be careful what you do in life, because in the end it can backfire. Anyway, the wife had basically said, "It's true, but then why did you make me do all this? Why'd you make me sell everything? And just do all these crazy loopholes just to get you guys back?" Well, and the husband said, "I didn't make you do anything. You did. As well as I, that every moment we have with our children is precious, and in all time, nothing's more forgiving than the time we waste. No amount of gold can ever change that. And I didn't make you do anything. You did the exact same thing that I would have had to do. If you did this to me. Only difference is I might not have gotten to see them. And I wanted you." And he said, "I wanted you to know my pain and what I would have had to do just to try to see them. There would be no guarantee, if I would get to see them again." And the wife started to cry and said, "I never looked at it that way." And the man said, "Doesn't feel so good. It doesn't feel so good. I'm on planning to do something when the shoe's on the other foot." And then the wife said, "I'm sorry. I'm truly and utterly sorry. My actions were just cruel. But why'd you have to go to that extent? And then the man said, in the end, we all had to be held accountable for our actions. Food for thought. Tell me what you think. God bless you.